Dear student, today's topic is Schrodinger wave equation for simple system or free particles. So in this we will discuss about how to derive the Schrodinger wave equation and what is its application and why this equation plays a very important role in quantum mechanics, and especially once we are discussing about the nature of electron. So here if you see the overview of this, so you will find out that this equation has been given by Erwin Schrodinger in 1926 for a wave, which is also known as a wave equation, to describe the behavior of electron waves and in case of molecules or atoms. In Schrodinger wave equation model of an atom, the discrete energy level or orbit proposed by Bohr are replaced by a mathematical function known as psi. So here which are related to the probability of finding the electrons at various places around the nucleus. So here actually once you want to explain the nature of electrons, so classically you cannot have certain theories or principles by which you can explain the nature of a small particles like electrons or protons in case of once it is living inside the electrons is in the orbit of different orbit in the atoms. So these orbit, how we can find out the probability of electrons, you can also here we can discuss. So the Schrodinger wave equation can be understood from here. As you know, the electrons resides inside the different orbit, which is called orbitals, and around the nucleus. So here there are four types of orbital, as you know: s orbital, p orbital, and ds, p and d orbital. So here if you see the s orbital, the electrons with quantum number for n there is, for n this is 1, so that is represented by s orbital. For this the value of magnetic quantum number equal to 0, so there are only single orientation. And if you see the probability for distribution curve for s orbital is equal to principal quantum number, and s orbital for n equal to 1, 1s orbital for 1 peak, n equal to 2, 2s orbital 2 peaks, n equal to 3, 3s orbital 3 peaks. And from the graph if you see the radius, 3s is greater than 2s and 1s orbitals, and there are different 3 peaks will be represented by for these orbitals. So here if you can see the angular probability distribution curve, so you will find out that the probability of finding electron is same in all direction at particular distance from the nucleus. Hence the shape of s orbital is spherically symmetrical. So it means the electrons is having the probability of finding is similar in all the places. So the size of orbital depends on principal quantum number as s. In case of this, once you will see the node or nodal points, the nodal point region in an orbital where the probability of finding electron is 0. So these are the nodal points which is showing. For 1s there is no node, 2s there is one node, and for 3s orbital there are total 2 nodes. So since the formula is n-1, so you can easily calculate the node or nodal point. In case of p orbital, an electron with quantum number n equal to 2, there will be L value will be 1, and for the value of magnetic quantum number equal to -1 to +1. So this is represented by px, py and pz orbitals. So this is in lying inside the z direction. So now once you see the for p orbital, number of peaks in plot is equal to n minus 1. The radius of maximum probability for 2p electron is slightly less than 2s electron. So if you see for 2p orbitals here and for 3p orbital, so there are two peaks n minus 1 by which you can calculate also. So here you can see there are two peaks. For 2s orbital there is one peak, and for 3p orbital this is two peaks. So here you see in different orientations like x direction, y and z direction. So you can see these three orbitals in each subcells are represented by px, py, pz, and the shape is double dumbbell. So the shape of this is dumbbell kind of shape, so that is called double dumbbell shape. So and represented as different according to their different direction on px, py and pz direction. So now we will describe the Schrodinger wave equation. Here consider a simple wave motion of as that of a vibration of a stretched string. Let y be the amplitude of this vibration at any point whose coordinate is x at time t. The equation for such a wave motion may be expressed as del square y upon del x square equal to 1 upon u square plus into del square y upon del t square. So here the u is represented as velocity with which the wave is propagating. So in this, so there are two variables represented as x and y t in the above differential equation, that is the amplitude y depends upon the two variables x and t. To solve the above differential equation, it is necessary to separate the two in order to variable. Thus y may be expressed as y equal to the function of x and gt. Here the fx is a function of coordinate x only and gt is a function of the time t only. For stationary wave such as occur in stretched string, the function gt is represented by the expression gt equal to a sine 2 pi nu t. So this is equation number 3. So now where you see the nu is the vibrational frequency and a is constant and it is known as the maximum amplitude. Hence for stationary wave the equation for y may be written as y equal to fx a sine 2 pi nu t. So here del square y, once are taking the double differentiation of with respect to y, so del square y upon del t square equal to minus fx 4 pi square nu square a sine 2 pi nu t. So after solving this, the form it converts in this form minus 4 pi square nu square fx gt. So similarly it follows from the equation 4, that is del square y upon del x square equal to del square fx upon del x square gt. So by this once you will combine equation 1, 6 and 7, then you will get del square fx upon del x square equal to minus 4 pi square nu square upon v square fx, and this is we are just designating another equation in another form we will get. So here as is well known, the frequency of the vibration is related to the velocity by the simple expression u equal to nu lambda. So where lambda is the corresponding wavelength, hence from once you see the equation 8 we have the form del square fx upon del x square equal to minus 4 pi square upon lambda square into fx with respect to the function x. So this equation is valid for the wave motion in one dimension only. We may now extend it to the three dimensions represented by the coordinate x, y and z. So evidently, the fx will then be replaced by the amplitude function for the three coordinate, which is represented like in a wave function psi in three coordinate x, y, z for the sake of simplicity. So it may be put merely as psi, hence equation 8 takes the form del square psi upon del x square plus del square psi upon del y square plus del square psi upon del z square equal to minus 4 pi square upon lambda square psi. So this takes another form of this solution of the equation. So now this equation further by following the de Broglie ideas like Schrödinger, the Australian physicist, applied the above treatment to the material wave associated with all particles including electrons, atoms and molecules. Incorporating de Broglie relationship, like the de Broglie relation is lambda wavelength equal to h upon mu. So here h is a constant, that is Planck's constant. So we have del square psi upon del x square plus del square psi upon del y square plus del square psi upon del z square equal to minus 4 pi square m square u square upon h square. So here we had put the value of lambda in place of the above equation in equation 9, and then we will get this form of equation. So here m is the mass and u is the velocity of the particles. So you also know the kinetic energy of the particle is given by half mu square. So is equal to the total energy minus the potential energy of the particles. So once you know this kinetic energy relations, half mu square equal to E minus V, or mu square, just simplification of this equation, it will gives you 2E minus V. So this is another form you are getting. So now combining this result with equation 11, so you will see this will take the form of this equation, which is known as del square psi upon del x square plus del square psi upon del y square plus del square psi upon del z square plus 8 pi square m E minus V upon h square psi equal to 0. So this equation is generally known as Schrödinger wave equation, which is proposed by him in 1926. It is the most celebrated equation in the wave mechanics. So it is customarily written in the following form. So here in a simplification form, we can see how we can, in a simpler way, this equation can be further put in another way. So here by taking this form minus h cross square upon 2m, here h cross is the value is h upon 2 pi. So del square upon del x square plus del square upon del y square plus del square upon del z square plus v equal to E psi. So minus h square upon 2m into del square plus b equal into psi equal to E psi. So here you will see this del square is replaced with this value del square upon del x square plus del square upon del y square plus del square upon del z square. So this del square is known as Laplacian operator, and this is also defined in a simplest way by this equation. So defining the Hamiltonian operator, here it can be represented as Hamiltonian operator. This caps is representing the operator quantity, the vector quantity. So here it is having the relation minus h cross square upon 2m del square plus v. So v is the potential energy. So the time independent Schrödinger equation will be becomes h caps psi equal to E cap psi. So here this is the simplest form of Schrödinger equation. You can change in their different forms, and this equation is having lot of application, like in case of one-dimensional box, two-dimensional box, and three-dimensional box. So Schrödinger, for his excellent work in quantum mechanics, he was awarded Nobel Prize in 1933 with Dare for the discovery of new productive forms of atomic theory. Since the electron's probability can be find out with the help of these mathematical equations, so the Schrödinger equation can have several solutions, not all of which corresponds to any physical or chemical reality. Such solution or wave function are therefore not acceptable. The acceptable wave function must satisfy the following condition. So the only wave function which satisfy the following conditions are acceptable if the wave function size single value. It means for each value of the variables x, y, z, there is only one value of psi. Suppose one of the variable is an angle theta, then single valuedness of psi requires that psi theta equal to psi theta plus 2n pi, where n is an integer. So here there is certain condition. So the another condition, the wave function and its first derivative with respect to its variable must be continuous. That is, there must not be any sudden change in y when variable are changed. So for bound state system, psi must vanish at infinite or at infinity. Psi is the complex function, then psi star must be vanish at infinite. So it is a complex conjugate of this psi star is the complex conjugate of wave function psi. So satisfying the above condition, the Schrödinger equation yields significant solution for certain definite value of the total energy. Once you are calculating the total energy, so this will give you the value of the total energy. These values are called eigenvalues. So you have to keep in mind these values are called eigenvalue. So equation 17 earlier is thus an eigenvalue equation, and we can write it as in form of h cap psi n equal to E n psi n. So here n integer value 1, 2, 3 you can represent it. So now here where n is the quantum number, so if you see the n is the quantum number, like you had seen in case of the atoms, there are different principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum numbers, and spin quantum number. So this n represents here quantum number. We express equation here 18 by saying that there are eigenfunction and E are the eigenvalue. For an atom, these eigenvalues correspond to discrete sets of energy values postulated by the Bohr. So here's the integration of psi star n psi m dt or del t. You can see here this is a form comes which is 0 and not equal to m, or 1 n equal to 1. So this is delta n m, which is called Kronecker delta. So the eigenfunction are said to form an orthonormal set if they are orthogonal when there is certain condition. Again, if it is satisfy this set, like integration psi star n into psi m del t equal to 0. In case of once you are talking with normalized wave equation, in case of normalization, then it would be psi star. You have to integrate all, and each case you have to put the integration, and in this case integration psi star n into psi m del tau equal to 1. So you have to see when once you are getting these kind of condition or not. So similarly here in case of once we are saying it is orthonormal or orthogonal, then you have to see whether this condition is being following up or not. But once you are talking about the normalized wave function or normalized space, then this needs to be follow up the condition which is given here. So this is the essential for this 1 2 3 4 conditions which we had discussed is very important with respect to satisfy the particular uh, postulates, you can say, or to satisfy the nature of the electrons as we discuss as per the Schrödinger wave equation. So it is possible to identify the region of space around the nucleus where there is high of locating an electron associated with a specific energy. So it is possible only once there is certain condition which is required to satisfy by the condition, then only we can say that particular Schrödinger, like the form of different forms of Schrödinger equation, will fit for explaining the or for finding the electrons or finding the probability of finding the electrons around the nucleus in different orbital, as we had also discussed in initial like there are different orbitals around the nucleus in which the electrons are moving according to the different cells, because there are different subcells and orbitals, and electrons are uh, living in different residing in different orbitals, and they are having their different shape, like spherical, and they might have like double dumbbell shape, like in case of px, py and pz orbital as we seen. So the space is called an atomic orbital. At atomic orbital thus represent a definite region in three-dimensional space around the nucleus where there is high probability of finding an electron of specific energy, because the each and electron which is finds, or the where the probability of finding the electron is high, is having some specific energy. Like once you are talking in case of s orbital, because as the s orbital is having spherical in shape, so due to this spherical shape, that is having the equal probability of finding the electrons. But if you see in case of p orbital, so there is a different node, radial node. So at the position of nodal point or nodal point, there is the probability of finding of the electron is almost zero, or it is negligible. So the finding of electrons is only in case of s, you can say, because there total probability of finding the electron is like overall, that is having equal probability. So this equation helps to find out the probability of electrons in an small microscopic, as we said in initially or in the earlier lecture, that depends on and quantum mechanics once we are talking. So it helps us to see the nature of the small particles, or like electron, proton, or in an atom, how does they are behaving, what is their probability of finding the electrons in that particular atoms. So once you see here the overall summary, if you see the today's lecture, so we had a discussion on Schrödinger wave equation from 1926. The Schrödinger has proposed an equation with that is an the mathematical equation which has been derived for the the like small particles, for the particle the finding the, like in case of once you are discussing, or the electrons, like finding the electrons, the probability of electrons finding in case of the atoms, and their importance. Once especially we discuss the importance is to find out the probability of electrons around the nucleus. So in case of s orbital, as we said, there are equal probability because due to the symmetrical nature of s orbital. But similarly, once you are saying its importance in case of p orbitals, so you had seen that in case of p orbital there is in case of p orbital, because there is a node, different nodes, and which can be calculated, we seen that that can be calculated by the simple formula n minus 1. So total n is the principal quantum number, so you have to use if there is 3 n, the value of n equal to 3, so it means there is n minus 1 by applying this formula, so there will be only 2 nodes. So after that, you had also watched in a form of video. So there is once you see, there are different radial nodes for the different principal quantum numbers, and that there is the node at the point of nodal point, there is a probability of finding the electron is negligible or zero, and that different graph you also seen there for s orbital, p orbital, uh, and probability of finding the electrons. So here after that, we just we discuss about the derivations. We discuss how to derive the Schrodinger wave equation, and there different way of uh, we can represent that in form of like in Laplacian operator we had used, like in with del square upon del x square, you if you remember, plus del square upon del y square plus del square upon del z square in 3 different dimension, in 3 different coordinate, is can be simply we can represent that as del square. So that del square is known as Laplacian operator, Laplacian form. You can also say the Laplacian, in form of Laplacian operator, you can represent the equation of Schrodinger wave equation. And the only acceptable wave functions, there are certain conditions, because without that, because there are 4 conditions as we seen in the discussion, those specific conditions are is important to see the whether that is acceptable wave function or not. So for acceptability of the wave function, we have to see those 4 different equation. We had seen different wave equation. Now there are different questions can be discussed here, like illustrate the Schrodinger wave equation and its significance, derive the Schrodinger wave equation, and shows it different conditions so for acceptable wave function. So these are the various questions by which can be asked during the examination. So these 3 type of major question, or 2 type of generally 2 type of major question can be seen from this uh, overall discussion. So here are some of the references. You can see the various references from where this slide has been prepared, and you can also refer. There are different online resources. Once you will see, there are different online resources, and books also you can refer. There are uh, certain good books from where you can go for more details and for more questions in this topic and their application. Apart from these applications, you will find out there are various forms which can be also can be made with the help of Schrodinger wave equation. So that equation is very essential once you are talking to find out the probability of electrons in case of like an atom or in a small particles. So thank you so much for listening this video. Thank you so much.